Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom, back for what seems to be the millionth video of this transfer window, but I said I would do one if this happens, and it has, so we can do it. Alan Judge has signed for Ipswich Town. He has signed on an undisclosed fee until the end of the season, so they've paid some money with then an option for the next 12 months. Be interested to know the wording of that contract, whether that option is dependent on Ipswich staying up, whether he can walk away. Be interesting to see how that is structured. Marcus Evans has been fairly cautious and pretty good actually with those option things. They've come in quite useful. This is a really intriguing signing for many reasons. So Judge is 30 years old. He's pretty much a wide, in the modern sense, a wide attacking midfielder type player. The sort that's perfect in a 4-2-3-1. Can play either side, either orthodox right or kind of inverted left, coming in on that right foot. Obviously, the big elephant in the room is that he has had a horrible injury that he's had to come back from, and really, to this date, has never quite been the same player. And obviously, I don't know whether you'd say it's an irony, the strange coincidence, the universe eating itself, is this injury happened at Ipswich. So the key date here is 9th of April 2016. It's the end of the 2015-16 season, and Judge is far and away Brentford's best player. In fact, he's one of the best players in the league at this point. 38 appearances, 14 goals, 11 assists, so 25 goal contributions for a Brentford team that are going to go on and finish in 9th place. We all know what happened. It was a horrible injury. Whatever your views on it, Luke Hyam slightly too hyped up on this day, Ipswich versus Brentford. Dreadful tackle on Judge and a horrible leg break. And Judge is then out for almost 2 years. And really, when did I say? So he's 30 years old, and this happened 3 years ago. So 27, prime of his career, one of the top players in the Championship. Huge shop window at the end of the year for Ireland, end of the season, going to Euro 2016. So a very cruel blow on Judge's career there. He goes off, he disappears into rehabilitation. There's a little bit of bad blood between the two clubs, maybe the fans of the two clubs, long memories, and a very slow comeback for Judge. Indeed, I was at Brentford back end of last season, we're talking spring 2018, and Judge is just coming back. He's played a couple of games and he comes face to face again with Luke Hyam in that game. Really interesting kind of to see them come up against one another again. But it was really good to see Judge back. Now, regardless of that, he hasn't found his way back into the Brentford team. Very much a case of things moved on while he was away. Certainly managerial changes, probably 2 or 3 of them. Now they've gone through from Warburton to Dijkhausen to Smith to Thomas Frank. Now, so things moved on big style. People like Ollie Watkins came in to take his spot. And even this season, Ben Rama, who big things are expected of him there at Brentford. So Judge used mainly as a substitute, I think 7 starts only since he came back from that big injury, you know, an entire pretty much 2 years out. So it is very true to say that this is somewhat of a gamble from Ipswich. It could be the case that Alan Judge is never the same player again, the injury and all the time out of football changes him unequivocally, the way he plays, the way he does things. That could be the case. We've seen it happen to other players. It could be that the peak of his career was that time, April 2016, and sadly he never ever reaches that again. Obviously, the hope and the gamble is that he just needs to get into a team and he can reach some heights and get to somewhere back towards where he was a couple of years ago. I don't know the science behind it. I assume a lot of it is psychology, but a lot of it is physical as well. But I think the big hope from all Ipswich fans is, frankly, if you have a player there functioning at a team 9th in the league with 25 goal contributions in 28 games, that even if he's half that player, that's still very, very much a help in a outright relegation battle that he's going to come into. He arrives at a good time. Ipswich just getting the win, obviously, at the weekend over Rotherham. Going to be interesting. It looked like Paul Lambert switched to a 4-2-3-1. Colin Quainer was up front. Will Keane sort of in the 10 position off him. Jack Lancaster, Freddie Sears. So the options out wide now. Judge makes that look a bit more of an interesting area of the pitch. Now, obviously, Sears has scored goals, although he's made poor decisions in the past few games. Lancaster is very exciting. Gwion Edwards has dropped off, but might come back to sort of become a little bit of a bench option there. Looks like Jordan Roberts is going to go out on loan. There are other people who could be shoehorned out there, but perhaps now a chance. Is it a three-way fight between Sears and Lancaster and Judge for those two positions? I suppose you have to include Edwards in it, and I suppose the other exciting thing is they all would seem to be able to play on either side, either orthodox or cutting in. So really, really interesting signing. One, because of the gamble, and two, just because of the sheer narrative. It's almost like, in a kind of weird way, Ipswich, do they owe it to him? I know an injury is an injury and accidents happen and whatnot, but wouldn't it be a really odd story for someone's career seemingly to be ended on this ground and then to come to that club to resurrect it? That would be a brilliant, brilliant narrative, certainly from an Ipswich point of view. Really interested, those people watching. Obviously, we have tons of Ipswich followers on here. What do you think? Good signing? Can he get back to anywhere near? Where does he come into the team? It would look like the left-hand side where Freddie Sears is playing at the moment. Who does he come in for? Who does he replace? How would you use him? Good signing? Bad signing? Is it going to work? If you're a Brentford fan, give us some insight onto Judge and why he's not made it back into that Brentford team, and can he get back to anywhere near where he was in 2016, where, not any word of an exaggeration, we used to do the roundups on the Blue Monday podcast and we would mention him every single week. There'd be a goal, an assist. He was really, really on top of his game in 2016. Really interested to get some feedback on this. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've just quickly rushed that quick little look on who scored and racking the memory brain. So sorry if I missed anything out, if I got any information wrong, but there've been a few calls for me to make this video, so I wanted to get it out before I go and watch TV and relax for the rest of the night, which I need to. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Loads and loads of Championship content. I'm at loads of games and we do a preview every Thursday and a review every Sunday. Thumbs up if you're just a lurker just watching. But what I'm really interested in, as always, get your comments in. Alan Judge, good signing, gamble. How's it going to work? Where does he come? Where does he go? Who does he replace? Let me know what you think. Really, really interesting times. Thank you for watching. Over and out.